We are back for the Sunday Spiral episode number 25. Let's get it poppin'. It is Christmas Eve for football fans everywhere as the NFL season tunes in. Tomorrow night, Chiefs versus Ravens. Ring night.
Sirski.
How's everybody feeling?
I'm not gonna lie, I got anxiety.
I'm okay. You know, doing the best you can when you watching your ring get put on somebody else's finger in another nigga stadium, in another nigga state, in another. But yeah, as best as I can.
I ain't gonna lie, I got anxiety. I need football to start today. Today.
Yeah, bro. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm excited to be back in the swing of things, you know, recording weekly, you know, talking about these games, talking about these matchups. And yeah, like college football season was cool last weekend. I had some fun. But it's time to talk about the grown man, you know, game of football and the NFL. So excited to be here.
Yeah, a real sport.
The real football, not the arcade game playing on the joysticks. But yeah, let's get into it right away. The opening icebreaker, playoff predictions 2024. So I want to put a little bit of spin on this. So every year, I'm not sure if this is the exact stat, I'm paraphrasing, but follow me. Every year there's 4 teams who make the playoffs in the year before that do not make the playoffs the next year. So guys, give me your 4 teams that's not going to make the playoffs this year that made it last year.
Ooh,
I like that. Actually, I really like that.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, let me bring up the
question.
bracket real quick.
I said, yeah,
All right,
let me
since y'all
pull
need
up the
to
bracket
look,
from last year.
I will go ahead and work on mine because I already answered this question to myself. Give me 1 second.
I swear, if you take my teams.
So last year, we had the Kansas City Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens as the top 2 seeds. The Bills were the 3. The Texans were the 4. I believe Cleveland was 5. Who was 6? Was it Pittsburgh?
I believe.
No, was it Houston 5, Cleveland 6?
Who did Buffalo play?
No. Houston had a home playoff game against Cleveland, so Cleveland was 5.
Okay.
And who was 6?
I'm trying to think of who was 6 though. That's the one that's Miami.
Then who was 7?
Miami.
Miami was 7. Nah, they were 7. They played Kansas City first round. So who was 6? Who did Buffalo play?
So it was 6. Good God Almighty, who was it?
What the fuck is the bracket, big bro? Hold on.
Because Buffalo got eliminated, right?
No, they lost to the Chiefs in the Damar Hamlin Disney Channel game.
Great.
You're nasty. You're nasty for saying that. You're nasty.
Talk about that starting Hall of Fame safety. Okay.
I mean, come on, what do they think this was? 4th and 2, you're outside the field, and the man who had a heart attack 6 months ago about to go win the game for you? That's
bro got put in the booth with Roger Goodell at the Super Bowl. That was what got me. I was like, all right, y'all dragging it.
It was the Steelers. The Bills beat the dog shit out the Steelers last year. So that was the 6th seed in the AFC. And then in the NFC, we had the 1-seeded San Francisco 49ers, the 2-seeded Cowboys, the 3-seeded Detroit Lions, the 4-seeded NFC South winner, who cares? The 5-seeded Philadelphia Eagles, the 6-seeded, who was the 6th seed? Who played? The Rams. Yep, the Rams. And then the 7th seed, Green Bay Packers. The first 7th seed to win a playoff game, by the way.
I need to change my shirt. I shouldn't even be wearing that after you said that.
I was surprised you went with the Pro Cowboys merch in this one. But for me, I'm definitely throwing Pittsburgh Steelers out. They will not be making a return trip to the playoffs this year. They'll probably be over 500, but I don't think they'll be making a return trip to the playoffs. And for number 2, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Y'all will not be making a return trip to the playoffs neither. We will be getting a new division winner, and that team's only getting 1 team into the playoffs. All right. Number 3. Not the Cowboys. Who did I have number 3? Hang on. There we go.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, this shit kind of tough. Looking at all this shit, because there's a lot of teams where it's like I don't really expect them to be much worse unless we say Miami.
I'm throwing Cleveland out. the Cleveland Browns will be making the playoffs this
Yeah,
year.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
saying. I got my
Cleveland, too.
okay.
That's fair.
I think I got my shit. I got a little bit of a spicy take. Cleveland, they not making it. Their
And
division's just too
the
loaded.
LA Rams will not be making the playoffs this year. That's gonna be my spiciest take.
Yeah, we'll see how that
I'm gonna
pass rush is.
say, well,
yeah.
shit. We know Pittsburgh ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna get real bold. I'm gonna get real spicy. I'm gonna say Detroit ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna say,
The
I'm gonna
kneecap
say,
biter's not gonna like that.
I'm gonna say Detroit. I'm gonna say Cleveland, Detroit, Cleveland, Tampa, and I mean, I guess I'll throw in the obvious one, the obvious Pittsburgh. Actually, no. Detroit. Yeah, I'm just saying with Detroit.
Cleveland,
Detroit,
Pittsburgh.
Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Tampa. That'll be my four.
Yeah, I think I'm going Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Detroit, because fuck Detroit. And I said Pittsburgh, Cleveland, fuck Detroit, and Tampa Bay. Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
All right,
Wow.
let's get
Okay.
the
All
let's
right.
get the
I
easy hate out there.
I also have another prediction though. I don't think Green Bay makes the playoffs either.
Ooh.
I don't think they make it either. To be honest with you.
Let's get the easy hate out the way. The Steelers and Browns. Fuck y'all. Fuck you, bozos. All right, NFC. Tampa, the easy one for me. Um, I'm not go. No, not today. Not today. Uh, I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I'm gonna go with Green Bay as well. I'm gonna go with them possibly not making it just off the. We got to see how strong that defense is. To be honest with you, they wouldn't surprise me if they made it because I mean there was a 7th seed last year, but yeah, I'll do Green Bay, Tampa Bay, and then fuck the Browns and the Steelers, nigga.
Yeah, for me, I just need to see like Jordan Love play an entire season of consistent good football. Like he got hot for a stretch at the end of the year, Moody, but I feel like some people this offseason have been really overrating that stretch because like shoot, Nick Foles played a good stretch of football. I'm not saying that Jordan Love is Nick Foles, obviously, but Nick Foles played a good stretch of football and led his team led a team to Super Bowl.
If
So it's
Jordan Love
like
have a
I
Nick
just need to
Foles
see a little more
good
consistency.
career.
That team was loaded. Let's not act like that.
Hey, I'm
That
just
team
saying.
was loaded.
Yeah, I'm just
If
saying.
Jordan Love have a Nick Foles career, he should be happy with that. That's not a bad career to have. And then to the positive side of the playoff predictions, give me your conference championship game prediction for the AFC and for the NFC.
I cannot believe we've
AFC.
been sitting here answering these questions, and this shit says YPUR. What the fuck,
I
bro?
don't know who.
What the fuck, bro? Damn.
Fuck around. But let's see. Conference championship matchups. Give me. Well, shit. Is the Ravens gonna be goofy? That's the real question. Are the Ravens gonna be goofy like they was last year? Are they actually gonna run the ball? You got Derrick Henry now. You got Derrick Henry for a reason. Fuck it. Give me Ravens Jets, and then give me.
Oh my god. What?
I know. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone right now. Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about
I'll
it.
let
Just
you
leave me
cook.
alone.
I'll let you cook. I'll let you cook.
Look. Maybe we can't keep letting Mahomes get away with shit. Unfortunately, we just keep finding out again. His wife is a racist. His dad's a DUI, and I don't know anymore. At this point, he doesn't need any more motivation. So if he gets any more motivation through the season, it'll be him. But please, for the sake of sanity, let's just pick somebody else. So Ravens, Jets, and then give me. NFC is a little harder, to be honest with you. Because I don't think Detroit will make it. Honestly, I'm gonna say some shit. Give me Cowboys Bears.
Oh,
Give me Cowboys
oh my
Bears.
god.
Give
No.
me Cowboys Bears.
No. No. Oh my
Give me
god.
Cowboys
Put that
Bears.
down because you
Wow.
say that, you want to have to work again for the rest
Listen.
of your life.
Listen, if you are right on that, bro, you, I, I don't can't even explain the emotions that I would have in that game. If Caleb Williams leads the Chicago Bears to an NFC Championship game this year, that's gonna be crazy.
I mean,
But if
again,
we get
that's
to
one of
the
my that's
championship game as this team currently constructed, I'm not gonna be able to handle that. That's gonna be too exciting for me.
I mean, again, I've already said one of my one of my bold takes was that Caleb's gonna have a better rookie year than CJ Stroud did.
That's not really bold to me, though. Like I understand to the general public that would be seen as bold, but it's not bold to me. I think Caleb Williams is going to be a phenomenal quarterback this year. So,
All right, Artie, go ahead with your conference title prediction.
Yeah, bro. AFC. I'm not gonna lie, Dalen's on the money. I got the Jets, but I got the Jets seeing Kansas City. As far as the NFC, call me pussy, whatever. I have got the 49ers seeing the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, it's nothing wrong with that take. It seems like those are the two clear best teams. I definitely hear you. For me, Kansas City and the Houston Texans in the AFC Championship game next year. And I'm going to send the San Francisco 49ers and a team that y'all all kept out y'all playoffs this year, but a team, unfortunately, that I believe in, the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game.
Hell no.
It's getting their run back. Like, I'm a LaFleur guy. Like, versus one person, like a guy, he's not quite Shanahan or McVay, but he's like the next guy below that, and that's why they're a tier below those teams. But if that team is healthy and together, like sometimes we know hot runs can be temporary, but some hot runs can be springboards. And Green Bay got a chance to get a springboard into the next 10 to 12 years of excellent QB play that's all they've ever known.
See, I would agree with you there, but the difference is now again these players are young, so a lot of time, and plus all of them were getting swapped out in and out because they were missing a bunch of time. It was weird, but in that essence, that's where I'm like, okay, obviously they have to develop that chemistry with one another still, and then on top of that, now NFL teams have film on you. It's not like, oh, there's just a bunch of rookies. They have film on you now. So now they can check you. Like, okay, we know that you like to do this, 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 this. How are these young dudes going to get unfigured out is the real question. Essentially, this was technically Jordan Love's rookie year. Starting, if you want to be technical. It's his rookie year. He completely started the whole year. Second year, bunch of teams going to have film on you. And you're how many million per year? $60 million per year quarterback?
Yeah,
Get yourself unfigured out. Get yourself unfigured out, buddy.
I think that's got to be LaFleur. I think LaFleur's got to be the person to get unfigured out and make sure his scheme ain't getting caught up with. If Cam is too busy, we might have to move on to the next segment. Is that?
Oh
is
no,
that...
no, no! I'm not. I would just count money. Hey
I hate
Alexa.
that. I hate that. Oh,
Hey
That's such a
Alexa.
fire comeback, though, Moody. My bad. I was counting money.
I mean, it'd only really be a good flex if it was mine, but this shit ain't mine. But you know what I mean? You know, it's gonna be real simple. Hey Alexa, play ESTG lick back. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need Kansas City and be more. I'm gonna need to run that shit back, man. I need my lick back. Need to get some straightening. And then on the NFC side, Papa do with some tricky dance moves. All right. So with one, I don't know. I'm not high on the Niners, no matter how much all the shit they did.
Y'all beat their ass, so I understand.
It ain't even just that. They just gonna lose so much. You gotta hope everybody stays healthy. It's a lot.
they already limping to Monday night now.
They are playing a dangerous game, though, for real.
That's
Like,
They
what I'm
already
they are.
saying.
limping to Monday night. Ayuk hasn't practiced. Trent just got there. What, yesterday?
Yes.
Like I said, whoever said that them niggas are the West Coast Saints, I don't remember who said it. I know one of y'all said it though. Whoever said it, I with no cap in y'all raps, cause boy, that shit is rough. Nah, fuck it. Let's have some fun. Let's do Dallas, Detroit.
Oh God, Detroit. I don't
We
want to play
can't sit
Detroit.
here on this show and pick Dallas to go to the NFC champ. All right,
Who can?
Cam Dalen.
What do you?
Who
What?
can?
Before we
Yeah, hold
go,
on, hold on, hold on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
hold on. 'Cause let me just ask the question. Then I'll let y'all say it. What makes y'all confident that Dallas has done enough to make it to an NFC championship game this season?
I mean,
I
I'll go
I
first.
go ahead.
Who do you? All right, so I guess I'm not going to answer it back with a question, but I kind of have to. Who else in the NFC besides maybe Philly do you feel like has just still overlapped y'all? Like y'all still have a lot of talent. Yes, granted, y'all didn't do much in the offseason, which is very much maligned by everybody, which I get. But I don't think that there is people in the NFC who just got supremely better than y'all. That's why I still have a chance. Like that's why I still feel that y'all chance isn't over. You get what I mean? Like I don't think that there's anybody who just supremely just overlapped y'all when it came to having talent. Y'all still a very talented squad, and hopefully y'all O line shake back. Y'all glaring hole is very much running back, obviously. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, y'all can always be in play to get somebody at the trade deadline. Worst come to worst, if y'all don't fuck with Zeke, Cook, or whatever. I know y'all don't normally do
Cowboys
shit,
do
but
something to trade that line. That's hilarious.
if y'all niggas cruising through at goddamn 7-1, but y'all mean glaring hole is dead, I think y'all will pull the trigger.
If they
Hopefully.
7-1, they give his Zeke's getting into the Ring of Honor before the season is over. Because that means he's
Yeah, if we set,
Beyond that, Moody, I hear everything. I hear everything you're saying, Cam, and I agree with some of it. But like when you look at how we're currently constructed, for me, and what I push back on us making the title game is like we did basically nothing all off season. While the San Francisco 49ers, you could argue, stayed the same, and Philly got better. So that's why I'm asking the question, because like, where's this confidence in Dallas coming from? Because like if we went out and we made some fire ass draft picks that have us all excited, or we signed some free agents like we did last year, then okay.
okay,
But bro, the best thing we did this offseason was extend CD Lamb. That was the best thing. Yes, we retooled the offensive line with some youth. Tyler Guyton should be very successful this year, and so should, in my opinion, Cooper Beebe at center. But other than that, what did we do?
okay. This is where I step in. Now, y'all know me. I'm the meticulous person. I keep up with every single NFL team to the minute detail. When you say Dallas hasn't done much and everything like that, the Niners, like if you want to overall go through from team to team, how they got better, how they got worse in certain areas, the Niners have a severe lack of pass rusher that's not named Nick Bosa. Those D tackles aren't the same, even remotely, and one of their best players on that defense is also coming off injury. And that's not even including the fact that McCaffrey right now is barely, his calf is hanging on by a thread, per usual, soft tissue injury for McCaffrey every year. Trent hasn't practiced, Ayuk hasn't practiced, and they got to go play the Jets. And the Jets is the best defense in the league, in my honest opinion. So for them, they're probably going to be stumbling out of the blocks, especially since in the preseason that first team offense didn't even look all that good. I mean, we seen some of the throws that Brock Purdy was trying to make against the Raiders threes. It looked terrible. Like, what are you doing? It looked like head scratcher throws. I don't think Purdy is going to be able to take this leap or whatever people project for Purdy. I don't project good on Purdy. As for the Eagles, that's secondary. Even though they addressed it with draft picks, they're still young. Young draft picks are all up and down. We seen Trayvon Diggs his rookie season. Boy, he made play of the year with punching the ball out of DK Metcalf, but he got cooked on that same play. Terry McLaurin schmeeded him, and Terry McLaurin hasn't done nothing since Trayvon Diggs rookie year. Crazy. But it's just, again, Philly, they're rolling around with the same secondary. The defense, especially in terms of the linebackers, still ain't that good. Because I know how Artie feels about Devin White. Devin White is not good. Devin White is not good. Like, come on, man. Devin White ain't good, bro. And their D line depth, it's still it's taking a decent little hit. on top of now they're relying on Kellen Moore to call plays. As Dallas fans, we've seen Kellen Moore call plays. We've had stacked offenses, and Amari Cooper is putting up pedestrian stats. We've seen to where, and because he's running the ball with Zeke 30,000 times. Now, granted, he got Saquon, but in my opinion, Saquon should not be taking targets away from A.J. Brown, Smitty, or even Goddard. And that doesn't even, and again, if you want to tie back into offense, they lost Jason Kelsey. They lost their commander.
That's the one.
If they lose their commander and Jalen Hurts has got to go read defenses, are you serious? Hurts already struggled against cover
cooking right
zero.
now, bro. You cooking. I couldn't even hold him.
Hurts already struggled against cover zero. You see Dan Quinn, the second game against the Eagles, he ran nothing but cover zero, and Hurts was back there dying. Now, some of it was play calling, but a lot of it was just Hurts was dying. He didn't know what to do. Bro, it was 4th and 9, and he threw a drag route against cover zero. On 4th and 9, what are you going to do? And then the Lions, in terms of Lions, they suffer from the same problem as both Philly. Their secondary is young, and it's not that good still. Sure, they got Carlton Davis, but Carlton Davis is just a quality dude. He's Carlton Davis as a 1? No, absolutely not. Carlton Davis as a 2? Yeah, sure. But still, they got young corners, Terran Arnold, Ennis Rakestraw. They're still young. They still got to perform. And they don't have another pass rusher outside of Aiden Hutchinson. They don't. And like those are your 3 main threats, and they have big holes. So that's why I'm like, I just think the quarterback play of Dak can overcome that. So I think obviously we've seen the level that Dak played at. So if you could get Dak to not only continue that level, but maybe, jump ahead, and then you finally have a defense who schematically is sound. It's not as talented as it was last year, but schematically it's much better and much more sound. You'll be fine. I think Dallas will be fine. I truthfully do.
I think my pushback isn't a talent issue or even what the other teams have done. It's the vibes, man. The vibes are off.
It's the vibes.
And that's where my head's at, man. I'm looking at the QB1 is out here talking like, yeah, I don't give a fuck what the owners say. I'm just living my life. Like that's the way Dak Prescott is talking about the owner of the team right now. The receiver just got paid like 2 weeks ago. The guy who just got eligible for extension, possibly the best player on the team, isn't even approached for one. And we all are all looking for money. I think, and I forgot to mention that also that the head coach is in the last year of his contract as well. The defensive coordinator is on a 1-year contract. None of these dudes know they're going to be here next year, except for CD and Micah, of course. But there's a significant portion of the leadership of the roster who's not even sure if they're wanted to be here a year from now. And that messes with your head. Yeah, they're going to be like, yeah, they're trying to prove themselves. It's not about trying to win for the team. They're trying to make sure they're getting their paydays come next year. How they feeding their families. So it's tough for me to pick the Cowboys because not only did they not aggressively increase the talent that we all felt was needed if they were going to make that next jump, they haven't increased the vibe of the team. Like we've all felt like that playoff loss last year was more of a these guys just crumbled under pressure. Not that Green Bay was more talented, that they should have been beating you by 30 in your building. They weren't. But the Cowboys were mentally defeated the second they stepped on the field, and 5 minutes into it, they were done. So it's just, how do they overcome that with the same or lesser version of last year's roster? That's a good question for me. I can't answer.
And then one more thing, Moody, before we move on to expound on that point. Not only is the vibes off, per se, but this team, the past 3 years, has made the playoffs. So, for me, not only as a fan, but just as a NFL scout and everything, how can I take a prospect or a team seriously when every time they get in the dance, they fall on their ass?
I mean, if you want to be technical, then every team except the Chiefs fall on their ass.
So it's not like every team. Let's move on to around the league.
Though.
and get into the new things that are going on to this football season. So as we all saw, the NFL implemented a new kickoff rule. I'm not about to get into detail right now. If you're watching this, I'm sure you watch preseason. I'm sure you've seen the kickoffs.
Man, turn on a preseason game. Just turn it on.
Like I'm sure you've seen it. So if you have seen it, what are your feelings about it? Artie, Cam, Dalen, whoever wants to go.
I'll go first because I have no feelings. I literally don't care, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, I understand they're trying to make the game more exciting, but the game of football isn't exciting because of the kickoff. The game of football is exciting because of the violence, because of the drama, because of the ability of one play to affect your season. It's not like basketball where you have series in the playoffs. It's not like you have in-season tournaments. Bro, one injury, one play could turn you from a playoff contender to a team picking the top 5. So kickoff rule doesn't mean anything.
I mean, overall, I don't mind it. There's people that say they don't like it. Y'all don't like nothing. Y'all don't like nothing. I remember when Zero got introduced and nobody liked it. I remember when, they allowed players wear single digit numbers, nobody liked it. Y'all don't like nothing. Y'all just don't like anything. So it is what it is. Y'all get used to it. Y'all get used to it. Just get used to it.
I like that it's implemented a new strategy into the kickoff game. Like, if the ball bounces in, you go to the 20. Where if you catch it in the landing zone, it goes to the 30. Like, that's 10 yards of field position. So you're going to ask your kicker, like, 10 yards of field position is massive, especially in the clutch moment of a game. You getting the ball back down 6 points, so you need to go score. Getting the ball to 20 versus getting the ball to 25 versus getting the ball to 30 are 3 different things. So I think it may not matter for the opening kickoff in games, but when it gets to, like, start of the half, second half, and teams are kicking it off, and you got to play time and stuff like that, I do think the strategy is going to get very interesting.
Oh, yeah, that fourth quarter going to hit.
The fourth quarter going to hit. I do hate that you can't do surprise onside kicks anymore. That's the stupidest rule I've ever heard in my life.
That is. Yeah.
Like, what's the point then? Like, honestly, just take. Like, what's the point? Like, if you basically, the statistics say the team that knows it's coming is going to recover it 99% of the time, and now you have to announce it to the world. Like, there's no strategy in that. So I hope they
guys,
they're basically playing video games. We're basically playing video games, bro. Literally, we're playing video games.
Implement the 4th and 15 rule. If you don't want to do the onside kick, let's do the 4th and 15, 4th and 25. You get your chance at the first down to keep playing. Like,
right, just do a 4th and 15 rule. I forgot who mentioned that. I remember it got mentioned a long time ago, but that fire.
Yeah, Philly's introduced it to the competition committee.
I believe it was Burrow. Yeah.
It's fire.
Cam, thoughts on the kickoff rule?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm excited to see it. I know for the NFL, the big thing is, they know how exciting kickoffs are, but their big thing is, especially if you've played ball, we all know how dangerous kickoffs is. I done caught a lot of bodies on kickoff. I done had people trying to catch bodies on me. Thankfully, I never got. But it get wicked on kickoff. So I get it. They're trying to make it safe. It's one of the most dangerous plays. But these guys are at the highest level of football. So I'm excited to see what these special teams coordinators have cooked up. With some of these formations they're going to come out in and what type of trickery they're going to do in that box. It's going to be fun. I think we'll see something interesting. I don't think it'll just be a dud.
Yeah.
I think we'll see some cool things, and I'm excited to see it. I'm always willing to see new things added to the game if it makes sense. And for me, it makes sense because, like you said, y'all been trying to babyfy kickoff returns because y'all don't want people to get hurt, but y'all know that kickoff returns are some of the most exciting plays to watch. So I'm excited to see how it plays out. Hopefully, some cool things happen with it so it stays, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man.
All right. Next up, what we got? What is this? All right. Coaches. Who's on the hot seat this year? I think we always have about a good 4 to 6, maybe even more names on the hot seat on a year-to-year basis. Poor Mike. Hate to see him on this list every single year. But you can give me 1 or 2 in each conference of who coaches you think will be on the hot seat.
Oh, that's easy.
I'll go ahead and go because it's the guy in the middle right there. That guy needs to be fired. Gone. What are you doing? Why is he still a coach?
Yeah, Yeah.
He's there while they manage the salary cap. Once they get the cap clean, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. He's up out of here. Ooh.
Especially now that they got Spencer Rattler, who might be their franchise guy. Yeah, he's gone. He's cooked.
No Spurs.
I mean, overall, I mean, I think Eberflus on this list, he definitely should be taken off. I think Caleb extends his time. I think he definitely would have gotten the can had they not gotten Caleb. Had Ryan Poles not basically finessed the Panthers twice, Eberflus should have been gone. But overall hot seat, honestly, I'm gonna throw a name out there. Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott should be on the hot seat. He absolutely should be.
Yeah, man.
He's a coach that's had a plethora of success. He turned the Bills into a consistent playoff team. But the thing is, you've scapegoated your offensive coordinator. You fired everybody. Now all eyes are on you, buddy. And your best player on defense got hurt for the year again. So figure it out. Figure it out, or in my opinion, you should be fired.
Time shit.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out. So AFC, I'm gonna try to do one, obviously the obvious one, and one underrated one. So as y'all heard, Brother Dalen already took Sean McDermott. That was a good one. I was gonna use that one. Now, for my low key one, bear with me now. I know this is an incredible what if scenario, and I get it. If the Jets don't make the playoffs, Robert Saleh's gone.
Robert Saleh is the one. That was mine. Yes.
It's a tough world. It's a tough world, Moody.
Yeah.
Nothing's yours. Everything is public domain.
I'm sorry. I had to go ahead and yank that one.
I mean, to be honest, it was there for the taking. That's yeah.
He backdoored me, man. Yeah, man.
He backdoored
I want to talk about a guy who's gotten a lot of change. Like I actually asked this question in our Discord chat last year, when a little bit after Aaron Rodgers got hurt, just to gauge. Like I wasn't trying to start shit. I just genuinely wanted to see where everybody's head was at, and an overwhelming majority said no, he'll be fine this season. Because I was asking specifically about that season. It was like, he'll be fine this season, and I'm just like, all right, cool, he's fine this year, but if nothing remarkable happens next year, he's fucked, in my opinion.
Oh, he's cooked.
He's absolutely fried. Like, it's over with. Like I don't I don't know what he does at that point if everything lines up properly and nothing happens, big bro, you gotta go. Like that's just how they're gonna do it. And
all right, just because there's a limited amount of coaches available for make these things, let's just go ahead and move on to the Artie, because they all gonna get taken. If everybody picks
they are all gonna get taken. I will backdoor you. I will backdoor you, buddy.
Oh, no, I already said mine.
NFC,
I did Dennis Allen.
Oh, you said Dennis Allen, so it's me. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, the Jets one was a heartbreaking one, but I am going to stay in the city of New York, and Mr. Brian Daboll is going to be on the hot seat real soon. I think people have had him given him, like, how many times can he get he doesn't have a QB excuse?
Man, that sucks. I hate that.
It does suck.
That's worse.
But like,
I hate that.
Does he get does he get a chance at another quarterback?
I think I'm biased. I think he should. 100%. He should. Because it is not. I'm sorry. It's not his fault that he told Daniel Jones throw the ball 3 yards and it's worked. It's not his fault, bro. Like I can't fault him for making the Giants a playoff team and winning a game. By the way, I can't fault him for that. I can't. Genuinely can't. That's why that sucks. That's a good pick, but it sucks.
If it goes back to they were bad last year, we know he got hurt. Like the momentum deflated so quickly when Wanye Thomas blocked that opening field goal and it was taken. They were like they remember how the Giants fans were talking, bro. And the New York media will eat you alive. It was gonna be something. So when they got smoked 40-0 like that. That deflated the whole franchise. And look where they ended up, man. Look where they ended up. Our 2024 award predictions. We got offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, comeback player of the year, coach of the year,
Yep.
and most
Mm-hmm.
valuable.
I'll go ahead and go first again.
All right.
Just to get mine out the way. Offensive rookie of the year, that's obvious. It's going to be Caleb Williams. Defensive rookie of the year, kind of a not a spicy one, but kind of like a ooh. I'd actually go Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback from Philadelphia. I think that he's going to be one of their best corners this year. Offensive player of the year, yeah, I'm going CeeDee Lamb. I'm going CeeDee Lamb for that. Defensive player of the year, I've already said it in the chat. I'm going Micah. Comeback player of the year, they're probably going to gift wrap that to Burrow like they did the last time. Coach of the year, definitely going to be Matt Eberflus. I believe the Bears are going to be a playoff team, and they're going to have a lot of success. So I think that is his to lose. And MVP, I'm sticking with what I've said all offseason. I'm going with CJ Stroud.
I like those picks. Shit. Offense rookie of the year. We honestly should just give it to Malik Neighbors for having to play with Daniel Jones, but obviously it's probably gonna be Caleb. If it's anybody else, maybe Marv. I don't. It's really Caleb's ward to win. And honestly, I was pushing the narrative when immediately he got drafted. I said JJ McCarthy could have won it, but obviously he's hurt. So, but I fully believe McCarthy could have won it. As for defensive rookie of the year,
You better not take mine. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let me go next. I think I take him Cam's.
Chill, big bro.
defensive rookie of the year. I don't know. That's a hard one for me.
Dalen, please, bro. Don't.
Honestly,
big bro, please.
big bro, please. Big bro, please. Honestly,
Don't do it.
God, you know what?
Don't do it.
I'm gonna say Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy.
Okay.
I think Byron Murphy. I think Mike McDonald in that Seahawks scheme and everything. I think Byron Murphy's gonna go crazy. So give me Byron Murphy.
Byron Murphy needs a win after the offseason he had.
Oh God, freaky ass.
Leave him alone.
He need to leave them alone. What you mean?
Oh my God. Offensive player of the year. I don't know. This is a tough one. For me. Because a part of me does want to say CeeDee Lamb, but I personally, I don't know. I kind of want to go with Bijan too. Give me Bijan. I'll go with Bijan. I'll just go with Bijan. Just to give it a little different. We'll go with Bijan. Defensive player of the year. I do think that'll be Micah. I think Zimmer will really use him as a chess piece. I think it'll be Micah. Comeback, who cares? It'll probably be Joe Flacco again. Who cares? I don't know. Who cares at this point? Who cares about comeback player of the year? It's almost as bad as the NBA version of it. Or the NBA version of most improved. There we go. Coach of the year. Give me Raheem Morris. I'm gonna say Raheem Morris is gonna be coach of the year. And then MVP, I'm rocking with 4. I'm gonna say Dak goes ballistic and crazy. He's upset. He's angry. Angry Dak, MVP.
I like it.
All right,
go ahead.
I need the chance to backdoor Cam, so I'm hoping I pull this off. Offensive rookie of the year, we're gonna keep it chalk. Caleb Williams. No, like I have a hard time even thinking of a second name. Maserati Marv is probably the closest one. Defensive rookie of the year, Baltimore Raven himself, Nate Wiggins.
Oh, okay. Nah, he ain't taking
it. Hell no.
Yes, sir.
Nah. Nate Wiggins, I think, is going to be the best corner out the draft, and I think he's playing in the perfect situation. DB Development U in Baltimore with the best safety group in the league. So I think he's going to get a great opportunity to go out there, play a full complement of snaps. He's going to be in the big games, lots of primetime games, lots of primetime moments. So we're going to see him a lot. So I'm going to go with Nate Wiggins.
I don't hate that. I like it.
Offensive player of the year, CeeDee Lamb's a hard person to pick against. It just seems like it's all kind of lining up. Like, he's going to be the only person doing anything on that offense for most of the year, besides the little bit of Jake Ferguson touches that he may get. But it's going to be 200 CeeDee Lamb touches as him and Dak try to carry the Cowboys to the playoffs. Defensive player of the year, yeah, I just had it. Aiden Hutchinson, Detroit. I think he's finally going to elevate himself into. I think he finally had his first double-digit sack season last year, but it's only going to build from there, man. He's been developing every year along with the Detroit rebuild. He's good. He's really, really good, and
100%.
he's going to keep getting opportunities to rush the passer because Detroit's going to be a team that's going to be up in games. And they're going to be playing.
He's going to get quadruple team because they don't have another rusher.
I think he's going to have to deal with it.
I mean, honestly, Josh has a chance to take that leap, so I don't hate that.
No,
I think
he does. He does. I was
conversation.
trolling. He does. Yeah.
I mean, he can be in that
He's going to be in the
conversation.
conversation. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
And I think Artie's going to like this one. My comeback player of the year is Mr. Bryce Young. It's time for him to get respect on his name because people have besmirched him for all year. But Deontay Johnson is a professional NFL receiver who's not washed like Adam Thielen. So he's actually having a good receiver for the first time in his career. And then Leggett and Jonathan Mingo, those are good complementary pieces. When Jonathan Brooks gets back, he can play in the passing game as well. That's a couple of screens to pad the stats. If Carolina win 6 or 7 games by accident, Bryce Young can definitely be the comeback player of the year.
6 or 7, yikes.
Coach of the year, I'm gonna go with Robert Saleh. I think the Jets are gonna win that division, and I think if the Jets have a good year, Robert Saleh is definitely he's a guy who could be on the hot seat and he can win Coach of the Year. Like you could be on.
That's a good pick. That's a really good pick. Yeah.
But if the Jets roll, people love Robert Saleh in similar ways that they love Dan Campbell. So I could definitely see Robert Saleh getting popular if the Jets finally show their playoff chops. And then the most valuable player. I hate to steal another one, but like I've been with Artie the whole time. I think CJ Stroud's the MVP front runner. I think the Texans are going to make the AFC Championship game. So I have no reason not to think CJ Stroud won't be the primary guy in making that happen.
All right. I like those picks. Let's go and make it easy. Clean sweep on the offensive rookie of the year. It's possible new age finger paint mulatto man. So like the perfect situation. I'm gonna just before I gush over everything. I'm perfect situation. Now my D-Roy that I'm glad that none of y'all took. Thankfully,
I'm gonna be pissed if it's a good pick too.
I'm going with Mr. Latu.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can have that. You can have that.
I'm going with Mr.
Fuck
Latu.
you. Fuck you. Oh, wow. I forgot about him. Fuck you.
You got something. You got one, Cam. You got a custom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My edge one. I feel like him and DeForest are gonna wreck shit in Indianapolis, and I'm gonna enjoy what I'm gonna see when I do tune into those games because I'm gonna definitely make sure.
Bro, he looked so good in the preseason too. He looked so twitched up. He did not look that explosive 2 years ago at UCLA. That this past season UCLA that he looked in the preseason game. He looked so explosive coming off that edge. Like it was crazy.
I'm telling you, boy, that boy beast. Offensive player of the year. That's some tough ones. It's a lot of names. There's CD, like y'all said. Who won it last year? McCaffrey, or was it? Who won it last year?
Tyreek?
It was McCaffrey, I thought. I don't think they gave him the Hill. Because
I picked Tyreek to be offensive player of the year last year. I didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't think. I think Miami's going to take a little bit of a hit since teams now have film on that offense.
You said
McCaffrey? Yeah, it was McCaffrey last year, bro.
McCaffrey won.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that's either CD. You know what? I'm gonna do Dak instead of CD. I think Dak
fair
could go ahead and snatch that one because he's not my MVP pick this year. Defensive player of the year. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna sound chalky as hell, but as long as he breathes and continues doing silly shit, I out of respect, I'm just gonna say, even though he's an op, I'm just gonna say TJ Watt. Just out of respect to him because he's always in the conversation. Comeback player of the year, they're gonna give it to Eminem. You know why I call him that. And MVP, my pick for MVP this year is actually it's not really a spicy one. I think Mulatto Man and Kansas City may grab him another one.
And now we'll have Bet It Up with Hunter.
What's up, guys? It's Burner Bruh, and today we are going to be going over lock picks of the week, game of the week picks, and upset picks of the week. First off, we're going to be going to Cleveland, Ohio, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Cleveland Browns, who are 2.5-point favorites. For me in this game, I think it's pretty clear that it's going to be a good game, but I'm still going to go roll with the Cowboys in this one. I think it's going to come down to the trenches. Obviously, you have Myles Garrett going up against rookie Tyler Guyton, who is replacing Tyron Smith. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Browns attack Kalen Carson with Deron Bland out now for the first few games. Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy, I mean, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch. Jeudy was never really considered that good in Denver, even as the number 2. But the problem here is Watson wasn't really good at getting his second wide receiver involved last year when it was Donovan Peoples-Jones, I want to say. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get Jeudy going. The Diggs-Cooper matchup is going to be great. I mean, that's just going to be a dogfight the entire time. We know how both those guys are. Obviously, Cooper used to be a Cowboy. I would definitely not be surprised to see him wanting to go off in this game to stick it up to Jerry. But in the end, I think Dallas still pulls this out. I think Dallas is going to be better offensive-wise in the red zone. And that's the area where Cleveland really struggled last year, was in the red zone, and they also struggled in goal-to-goal ends. So if they're not better at that this weekend, I know the Cowboys have had their own struggles at the goal line. I'm still going to pick the Cowboys, and I'm going to take them in an upset. Give me Cowboys 28-21 over the Cleveland Browns Sunday at 3 o'clock. Rematch from last year where the Lions inevitably won 24-23. It's Stafford Goff again. The NFL likes putting this game in our faces. I don't blame them. I think it's going to be a highly anticipated Sunday night game. I think everybody's going to be looking forward and tuning in on Sunday. And for this game, it's going to come down to the DB versus wide receiver groups for me. Obviously, when you have the Rams offense attacking that Lions secondary, you got Puka, you got Cooper Kupp, you got Demarcus Robinson going up against guys like Terrion Arnold, the first-round draft pick, Carlton Davis, the newly signed free agent. And obviously, that safety group is studs, same group from last year, Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. And then on the flip side, you got the Lions offense versus that Rams defense. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got J-Mo. You got Sam Laporta. You got Jahmyr Gibbs. You got D. Montgomery versus Kobe Durant, Tre'Davious White, Cam Curl, Quentin Lake. Just a bunch of NFL average dudes. I just don't see that secondary holding up against guys like Amon-Ra, J-Mo, and obviously Sam Laporta. I think the Lions are going to come out and just absolutely put it to the Rams, get up early, and close this thing out. Give me Lions 27-20 over the Rams.
Now we're going to get into rookie ranks with our Film is Our crew, Artie and Daly. I'm going to let them get to it.
What is going on, y'all? It's Artie, Film is Art, Dalen down below, Film is Art, obviously. You know what time it is, it's time for rookie ranks. Dalen, I guess I'll ask you the first question, guys, from the next one. What 2024 prospect, one of the guys we just evaluated, has the most pressure on them to perform in year one?
Oh, let's see. Because the pressure thing can really be evaluated in obviously a multitude of different ways. Because obviously I would honestly probably try to answer this in 2 ways. Because obviously if you want to say pressure, then you want to say Caleb, because Caleb has obviously been prepared. He's been compared to Mahomes since what? Since he took
His
the starting
freshman
job.
year,
Literally
right?
since freshman year. And I apologize, Mr. Dylan Raiola, because you will suffer the same consequences. But obviously, like if you want to turn terms of easy pressure, let's go Caleb. But honestly, somebody that's going to see a bunch of pressure that I'm going to kind of touch on is going to end up being Joe Alt. I think a lot of the Chargers fans are very, very upset at the fact that they didn't take they didn't take Malik Neighbors, and they desperately needed a receiver. Now, granted, they got Ladd McConkey in the second, which Ladd McConkey is a quality slot receiver, but they still got to try out Quentin Johnston, and they don't want to do that anymore. So I think Joe Alt, needs to perform to justify the fact that you passed on Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. I agree with the Caleb Williams take, and I also think that Joe Alt's a good pick as well. As far as my pick though for who has the most pressure to perform with them this season, it's actually the gentleman on the other side of the screen, and I believe it is Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr., obviously the talented wide receiver from Ohio State. Um, I just really wonder how much they're going to put on his plate year one, being asked to beat solo coverage, to beat being potentially bracketed. You know what I'm saying? Like outside of Greg Dortch and what's the tight end? Colorado
Trey
State. Can't think of his
McBride.
name right now.
Trey
Trey
McBride.
McBride. Like they have no other vertical passing threats. So Kyle's going to be spamming Marv a lot. So I know he's made of the right stuff. I know he's got the DNA. I know he's got the work ethic. I know he's got the talent. But as far as that's a lot to put on a young receiver year one. I think next year he'll be a little bit better. They'll probably draft another wide receiver in the first 3 rounds or so next year to help alleviate that. So yeah, my answer is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got the next question popping up right now, and it is: what 2025 NFL prospect has impressed you the most this past weekend?
Yeah, man, not gonna lie. I have two. I have offense and a sort quote unquote defense, right? I'll go
Offense, and
defense
then you have a
first.
player.
Yeah, and that's the gentleman on the screen right there, and Travis Hunter. He was awesome last Thursday night. Like we actually sat in here and watched the game partly together, bro, and I was just amazed at how everything that we were saying that he needed to work on in our film breakdown that came out the next day, he did. And was exponentially better at everything at the wide receiver and cornerback position. So shout out to Travis Hunter. You are looking like a potential top 3 pick right now. Like seriously. The other name, offense, more of my neck of the woods. I'll go Cam Ward. I was thoroughly impressed, and besides one cross-body interception, how that dude just picked Florida apart. Whatever he wanted, he had. When it came to his reads, his decisiveness, his demeanor, his pocket poise, his accuracy, everything was just on for Florida. I think Cam Ward is off to a great start to his season, and as far as my quarterback rankings, I had him as my 4th ranked quarterback. That's standing true so far throughout the first week of the season.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like those two picks are definitely fantastic picks. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with the obvious one, and that's Mr. Ashton Jonty or Ashton Genty. Brother man has 6 touchdowns. Brother man had 6 of them.
Bro was playing college football 25, bro.
Bro was playing college football 25. He had like, I remember literally looking at his stats before the 4th quarter, just in awe, because I think he had 247 yards on like 20 carries and 6 touchdowns with the whole 4th quarter to go. And I'm just like, you haven't stopped him yet? Like, what? And the fact that they won the game solely because of him. Solely because of him. So shout out to Ashton Genty. And then I'm gonna say, I honestly, I'm gonna show some love to Jalen Milroe. I'm gonna show some more love to Jalen Milroe. Milroe was very, very impressive. At one point in time, I think it was like the 3rd quarter, he had 4 pass attempts and 2 of them were touchdowns. So I was like, damn.
As efficient as you can be, right?
That's as efficient as you can be. But I will show some love to Isaiah Bond as well. Isaiah Bond, he played fantastic in his Texas debut. He looked good. He looked smooth, routing people up. I mean, he just looked great. He looked fantastic.
Yeah, man. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of Rookie Ranks. We'll see you guys next week.
Right. Let's move forward to my personal game of the week. Appreciate Art for adding it to the script this one. We got a good old division matchup right here. Anthony Richardson and the Indianapolis Colts going to Houston to play the Tex. Are they going to Houston? I think they're going to Houston to play the Texans.
Houston's going to Indy.
They're going to Indy. Okay. even better because I think that'll make for a more fun matchup. These were two really, really fun matchups last year. One with Richardson, one with Gardner Minshew, because these two, the head coach and the offensive coordinator on the opposing sides, are brilliant. Bobby Slowick, Shane Steichen, that is as creative of an offensive mind as you're going to get. That is incredibly, incredibly exciting. I can't wait to see that matchup. I'll go ahead and go first because this is my game of the week. I'm taking the Colts. I'm taking the Colts to go ahead and win this one. Like Cam said, it's week one. I still think the Texans are going to win the division. I still think they're going to be competing for the Super Bowl this year. Hopefully,
I'm so
in the AFC
serious. Someone
Championship
put
game.
me sleep so long.
But I think Shane Steichen is going to have these dudes ready to go against defense that is improving, but I don't think they're all the way elite yet. And especially, they're going to challenge that front seven, and they're going to challenge their ability to run the ball. Jonathan Taylor is healthy. Anthony Richardson is healthy. The offensive line for the Colts looks better and is healthy. I think it's going to be a tough matchup for them. I think they're going to play keep away. I think they're going to sludge and grudge and slow the game down and make it ugly. Not ugly, because I still think it'll be well executed offense, but they'll limit the time of possessions. And Houston's going to have to score pretty much, I think, on every drive to go out here and win the game, because I think the Colts are just going to be so tricky to deal with the read option stuff. And I think Jonathan Taylor, expect him to have a big day. I'm picking the Colts. I'll probably take the Colts something like 31-27. I think we'll get a pretty good shootout here.
Whoa.
I am 1000% with you, Moody, on this. Look, CJ Stroud's my pick for MVP. I obviously think that Houston will have a good season. I picked them to go to the postseason, I believe, last episode. But man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I was a team in the AFC, the thought of a RPO with Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor would terrify me. Like, seriously. So I just think that Houston, they have Will Anderson. They have a good young defense. Added Kamari Lassiter to be a starting cornerback this season. But I just think that it's going to be a shootout, and Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor in that offense, now with Adonai Mitchell on the outside, they're going to get the ball last. I think they're going to score. So give me Indy in a similar score, 26-20.
You want to go, Dalen? You want me to go?
Go ahead.
I am along. So the most, I mean, yeah, everybody's gonna look at this matchup and just look at, oh well, yeah, this will be a nice little shootout between C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson. That's the matchup everybody wants to see. Two highly drafted quarterbacks. I mean, they provided us with a great matchup last year, and it should be fun. I hope sparks fly yet again. But I really want to see the secondary of both of these teams with so many new additions and or just people who just frankly just need to be better, because this is a do or die game. I mean, if you look at Houston's side, I mean, obviously Houston upgraded through the draft, going in their secondary and grabbing Kamari Lassiter like it was alluded to earlier. Hopefully Derek Stingley builds off of that season he had last year. And then Jalen Petrie is Jalen Petrie. He's a pretty solid guy who I like the leap he took last year. But not only did Houston upgrade on the defensive side, they upgraded on the offensive side by grabbing Stephon Diggs. So Indianapolis' secondary has to be on their A game, or it's gonna get ugly really fast. Really, really fast. Like, I don't even who is it? Kenny Moore? It's really just Kenny Moore, and unless I'm forgetting somebody else.
Kenny Moore, Juju Brents.
Oh yeah, that second round pick. Yeah, I forgot about him.
It's kind of it. I think Jalen
There's
Johnson,
Blackman and
Jalen Jones. I think that's his name.
oh yeah, no, it could get bad. So we got to see who's gonna step up. Granted, they are playing behind a very good front seven, in my opinion. So we'll see how that shakes out. But man, I hope this game is just as exciting as it was last year. And I'm gonna go ahead and still pick Houston to take it though. I'm gonna do a slight. I'll do 28-17. I just think
Mhm.
Houston might have too much firepower for Indianapolis to start.
At first, I was going to take Houston, but I think I'm going to take Indy. I think a lot of what Houston kind of struggled with last year was offensive line injuries. Now, granted, they're getting guys back, but still, those guys have to play together. So we'll see how the offensive line looks because Latu and Buckner could definitely wreck shit and absolutely make it hell for CJ Stroud. Um, and then obviously for Houston defensively, their secondary is also young. They got a very, very young secondary. So, young secondary. Well, granted, it'll be young on young pass catchers against young secondary. So that's pretty even. But Garden read option between AR and JT is just insane to me. So overall, I think I'm gonna take Indy to sneak one out. I'm gonna take Indy to sneak it out and win it 27-24.
Let's get to the finale. Let's talk about the team that, 75% of us watch. I don't know about enjoy watching, but we watch. The Dallas Cowboys. They are going on the road for a tricky opponent. They got to go see the Cleveland Browns, a playoff team from last year, who are starting a different quarterback than who they started in that playoff game last year. But regardless, it should be an interesting matchup between Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, two franchises that both had disappointing first round exits, have playoff aspirations this year, and honestly, Super Bowl aspirations with the amount their quarterbacks are either getting paid or looking to be paid. The question is though, is Dallas a sleeping giant going into the Cleveland football game on Sunday on the road in Ohio, the Dog Pound?
Is Dallas a sleeping giant? I'm going to say I think a lot of people are definitely sleeping on Dallas. Um, Especially to win this game. Sure, it's at Cleveland. Cleveland's a tough place to play at. But a lot of what Cleveland kind of lost in the offseason, as well as losing during the season, unfortunately, they did lose Nick Chubb. Nobody wishes that on Nick Chubb. We all want to see Nick Chubb healthy. Nick Chubb's the best running back in the league. Fuck what McCaffrey talking about. Nick Chubb's the best running back in the league. We want to see him healthy. I want to see him good. For my mental sake, I'm gonna hope that he's gonna return to form. But yeah, they also lost the man that everybody calls Run Game Moses, and that's Bill Callahan. He went to go coach with his son, so that could be huge. As well as again, I've done extensive research on damn near every team. They have a laundry list of things that's going on. I think Cleveland here is not as solid and sturdy as people think, and I think again, I just think Angry Dak is gonna come out and make a statement. I just do. Now, granted, obviously you want the offensive line to hold up because you got Myles Garrett versus a rookie. Cooper Beebe is also going up against there too, and Cooper Beebe will absolutely 100%. He'll see Myles Garrett too, because Myles Garrett, we all seen him when he got up and he started doing a little crossover. It was disgusting. I say he needed to be put down after I seen that, but we all seen the viral clip of Myles Garrett in the A gap doing crossovers. So Myles Garrett will line up A gap against Cooper Beebe. So hopefully you see the Cowboys offensive line hold up against that stout defensive line. But I do think that people are sleeping on the Cowboys, and I think the Cowboys can come out, and I think they'll come out and they make a statement and they beat Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make it real short, sweet. When it comes to this game, I'm arguing more on the side of Dallas, obviously, because like Dalen alluded to, the same way how we talked about San Francisco limping into the year. The Cleveland Browns have a lot of injuries that they're dealing with, and people coming back from injuries that it's a toss up where it might take you some time for you to come back and get back in the swing of things. And I just feel like Dallas is gonna have a better go at it. Um, Obviously, we all know the Dallas run game is much maligned due to not having incredible amounts of talent on there. But I do think that Dak is gonna be able to do what Dak does, what he's been doing consistently. I don't care what y'all say. He's been doing it consistently, and show that he can hang and throw darts against one of the better secondaries in the league. And hopefully, the Cowboys do a better job of getting Brandon Cooks involved. Because please, I know I pretty much said that every game at the end of the by the end of the year or even all season. Uh, please use Brandon Cooks again, please. Like I love CD Lamb, but do you want to just abuse him like that? Just please use Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks is too good of a player to really be misused the way that he was used. The only reason that they made up for it was because all of a sudden Dak and him became just corner red zone machines. I don't know how, I don't know why, but all of a sudden Brandon Cooks in the red zone is God, and he's 5'10". So at this point, I don't care about height. I don't care about height anymore at this point. I never cared about it. I definitely don't care about it now. Brandon Cooks is apparently the best red zone receiver in the league, so please let's use him on regular things. Like we can
Yeah,
see what we saw the Giants week where he went crazy. We can see that consistently.
Exactly. I get that technically y'all offense is kind of new in the sense that Mike was never a big motion guy, and so he kind of started incorporating it in the middle of the year. So hopefully they can continue with the motion, showing different exotic looks, and being able to do it with guys like Brandon Cooks, not just have to do it with CD Lamb. And like Dalen just alluded to, it's not like, oh, this is an old washed up receiver. No, he didn't get touches last year, not because he sucked. He didn't get touches just due to the I guess the way the offense just ended up shaking out. So obviously this is another year. Hopefully Mike has crafted up some new shit to make sure he gets him involved, because you don't want to be one dimensional and be able to just pass to one or two guys. And Dak can definitely pass to, Dak is a point guard. He could pass it to whoever he needs to pass it to. He had no choice but to do it those first couple years when he was with the Cowboys, because they wouldn't surround him with talent. So I think that this game should be a showcase, so hopefully, of Brandon Cooks getting back more involved. And I'm also going to pick Dallas to win, because I don't have faith in Massage Man, and no one should. So, for a score, I'm gonna say, let's say I get it started cracking again. Let's do 31. Let's do 31-14.
Ooh, big win for Dallas on the road.
Oh God, because fuck Cleveland.
Let me go, Artie. I'm gonna let you close it out. No, I don't think the Cowboys are a sleeping giant going into this game against Cleveland. I think a sleeping giant is a team that requires a certain level of upside to be better than what the sum of their parts are, and I just don't see that in Dallas. They already have suffered a major injury. Darren Bland is becoming a household name. Not every single fan knows who he is. He's the number 2 corner for the Cowboys. He's going to be out for at least the first 6 weeks of the season, I believe. And I think what people are sleeping on when it comes to the Cowboys in the negative direction is that this is the first game that they've played in a new defense in the last 4 years. And just to be completely real, this is the first time they've played on a team. They played on a defense of a too high shell defense in my lifetime. Like, I've never seen the Cowboys play this type of defensive scheme since I've been watching the team. It's always been a very man heavy, cover 1 heavy, cover 3 heavy type of defense, no matter who the coordinator has been. Going back to Wade Phillips, Rob Ryan, Rob Marinelli, all these guys, they've always played some version of that cover 1, cover 3 style defense. So the fact that they're moving into this new too high shell type of look is new. I think it's brand new. They're starting a rookie 4th round pick at outside corner right now, and Jordan Lewis. So there's certain things on this team that's very questionable. But the defense versus the Browns isn't what I'm worried about. It's actually the other way around. It's actually what the Cowboys offense is going to look like in Cleveland. Cowboys are starting 2 rookie offensive linemen, Tyler Guyton, Cooper Beebe, who's playing center for the first game of his career on a hostile road environment against a fantastic defense. I expect the Cowboys to struggle here a little bit on the road. I think it's going to be more of a challenge for them to. I think Dak and Lamb will have their usual level of chemistry and things like that, and that'll keep them in the game and allow their offense to make some plays. But I don't expect the run game to be much of anything opening day. And I think that the pass rush will cause some problems because Myles Garrett's going up either a rookie or a right tackle who I don't think is very good. So Cleveland does have matchups that they can exploit with Azarius Smith, with Myles Garrett. Denzel Ward is more than capable of guarding CD Lamb for 4 quarters and making life difficult on him. So I think the Cowboys offense will struggle, but like Cam said, I also think Deshaun Watson is going to struggle. Massage Man has not looked good since he put on a Cleveland Browns uniform. He hasn't looked good since the year 2020. So for a guy who hasn't played well in 4 years, I do think the Cowboys defense is capable of making life a little difficult on them as well. And with no Nick Chubb, their run game shouldn't be as spectacular as it normally is. But even still, the Cowboys have to prove to me that they can go on the road and beat a playoff caliber team. So I'm going to have to see that to pick it. So I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns to win a low-scoring, sloppy opening week football game, 24-21.
We get to see CeeDee Lamb fresh off his new contract. We get to see the Cowboys in the new defense. I think this game really comes down to, guys, just 2 matchups for me. Tyler Guyton versus Myles Garrett / Darius Smith. I wonder how successful he will be in his first game action against some really quality edges. He looked great in the preseason, but that matchup is very interesting. And I'll say the entire Cowboys secondary against Amari Cooper. And here's why. You can tell me Deshaun Watson all you want. We all were Cowboys fans. We watched what Amari Cooper did to teams year in and year out. You can make the argument about, hey, on the road, whatever. We know the level of route runner he is. We have a ton of respect for that gentleman on the other side winning number 2. So if the Dallas secondary can just limit Amari Cooper, because we know the Cleveland run game is going to be, well, there's never be no running in this game, honestly, from Dallas or Cleveland. So if we can just limit Amari Cooper, I believe the Cowboys not only can win this game, but I want the Cam. I think the Cowboys can win this game single-handedly. So give me Dallas 27-13. Sloppy game, but we found a way to score a touchdown so late, make it look prettier than it really was. But I think this game just comes down to those 2 matchups, and I like our chances of mitigating or getting around Myles Garrett and Darius Smith a little more than Amari Cooper beating the Cowboys secondary by his damn self. Everyone, just go ahead, just give your Super Bowl winner pick. I just realized we didn't go over that. So whoever you have winning the Super Bowl, just give that last pick before we get up out of here today.
Fuck it, give me the Jets. Give me Jets. Houston. I'll take the Jets.
I will go with Kansas City.
Oh,
I mean, y'all know my answer. I mean, why would I pick against the Ravens?
Ravens flop.
Ravens flop.
That was really easy then.
That's 4 AFC picks, by the way. So no respect for the NFC at all.
NFC sucks.
I would pick the Cowboys, but I got shamed, so never mind.
And you deserve to be. Anyway, we appreciate everybody who tunes in and checks us out. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, send it to your friends, your family. Tell us how shitty our takes are. We would love to hear it. And please come back next week. We want to hear from you guys again.
Y'all not gonna be telling me my takes.
Peace out, man.